Imagine a beach at night. The waves gently lap at the shore, but there's something magical happening. Each wave crest glows with an ethereal blue light. This isn't a trick of the moonlight or some artificial illumination. It's a natural phenomenon called bioluminescence. Bioluminescence is the production of light by living organisms. This means the light is produced by a chemical reaction within the organism. This phenomenon occurs in many different species. We find it in fireflies lighting up summer evenings. It's in deep-sea fish using light to attract prey. And it's in the microscopic organisms that create glowing waves. Bioluminescent bays are perhaps the most spectacular displays of this living light. These rare ecosystems occur in only a handful of places around the world. At its core, bioluminescence is a chemical reaction. It involves a light-emitting molecule called luciferin. This molecule reacts with oxygen, producing light as a byproduct. The reaction is catalyzed by an enzyme called luciferase. The specifics of this reaction can vary between different species. The color of the light produced can also vary. Most marine bioluminescence appears blue to human eyes. This is because blue light travels farthest through water. However, some organisms produce green, yellow, or even red light. Interestingly, not all bioluminescent organisms produce their own luciferin. Some, like certain fish, get it from their diet. The amount of light produced by bioluminescent organisms is surprisingly efficient. Nearly all the energy in the reaction goes into producing light. The ability to produce light is not a simple trait. It requires a complex set of genes and biochemical pathways. These have evolved independently in different species many times. In fact, bioluminescence has evolved at least 40 separate times in evolutionary history. In most bioluminescent organisms, light production happens in specialized cells called photocytes. These cells contain all the necessary components for the bioluminescent reaction. Some organisms, like fireflies, have dedicated light organs. These are clusters of photocytes that work together to produce bright flashes of light. The control of light production varies between species. In some, it's a constant glow. In others, it's a brief flash in response to stimuli. Fireflies, for example, use neural signals to control their flashing. In the case of bioluminescent bays, the light comes from tiny marine organisms. These are usually dinoflagellates, a type of single-celled plankton. The diversity of bioluminescent life is truly astounding. From the depths of the ocean to the canopy of the rainforest, light-producing organisms can be found in a variety of habitats. Let's start with the ocean, where bioluminescence is most common. Here, we find glowing jellyfish, squid, and fish. Some, like the anglerfish, use their light to lure prey in the dark depths. On land, the most famous bioluminescent organisms are probably fireflies. These beetles use their flashing lights to attract mates. Some species of fungi, like the ghost fungus, produce an eerie glow. This phenomenon is called foxfire. In the air, we find bioluminescent insects other than fireflies. The railroad worm of South America is actually a beetle larva. It has an impressive light display with red lights on its head and green ones along its body. Some species of cave-dwelling gnats produce long strands of glowing mucus. They use these to catch prey, earning them the nickname glowworms. But when it comes to bioluminescent bays, the stars of the show are microscopic. Section 5. Illuminated waters. Famous bioluminescent bays worldwide. While bioluminescence can occur in many marine environments, true bioluminescent bays are rare. One of the most famous is Mosquito Bay on the island of Vieques, Puerto Rico. It's often called the brightest bioluminescent bay in the world. The high concentration of dinoflagellates here creates an incredibly vivid blue glow. Another well-known location is Luminous Lagoon in Falmouth, Jamaica. This lagoon is where saltwater and freshwater meet, creating ideal conditions for bioluminescent microorganisms. In Southeast Asia, Ton Sac Bay in Vietnam is a hidden gem. The bay is surrounded by mangrove forests, adding to its mystical atmosphere. Australia also has its share of bioluminescent waters. The Gippsland Lakes in Victoria can produce stunning displays. Section 6. The perfect conditions. What makes a bay glow? Bioluminescent bays don't glow constantly. They require specific conditions to produce their magical light shows. First and foremost, they need a high concentration of bioluminescent organisms. This usually means dinoflagellates, which thrive in warm, shallow waters. The bay must have the right balance of nutrients to support a large population of these microorganisms. The shape of the bay is also important. Many bioluminescent bays are relatively narrow and sheltered. This helps to trap the organisms, preventing them from being washed out to sea. Water quality plays a crucial role. The water needs to be clean enough to support a healthy ecosystem, but not so pristine that it lacks the nutrients the organisms need. A delicate balance of salinity is also required. Many bioluminescent bays are located where freshwater rivers meet the sea, creating brackish conditions. Section 7. Timing is everything. When to witness bioluminescent displays. To see bioluminescent bays at their best, timing is crucial. The most important factor is darkness. The bioluminescence is only visible at night, and it's most spectacular when the night is as dark as possible. This means planning your visit around the lunar cycle. A new moon, when the sky is darkest, provides the best conditions for viewing. The time of year can also affect the intensity of the glow. In many locations, the bioluminescence is strongest during the warmer months. Weather conditions play a role too. Clear nights are generally best for viewing. Heavy rain or strong winds can disrupt the surface of the water, making the bioluminescence harder to see. However, some gentle disturbance of the water is necessary to trigger the light production. This is why activities like kayaking or swimming in bioluminescent bays can create such magical effects. Section 8. Hidden Wonders. Lesser-known facts about bioluminescence. While the glowing waves of bioluminescent bays are captivating, there's much more to this phenomenon than meets the eye. For instance, did you know that bioluminescence is incredibly common in the deep sea? It's estimated that up to 90% of deep-sea creatures are capable of producing light. Another fascinating fact is that bioluminescence isn't always blue. While blue is the most common color in marine environments, some organisms produce other colors. Bioluminescence isn't just for show. It serves many practical purposes in nature. Some organisms use it for defense, creating a bright flash to startle predators. Others use it to attract prey, like the anglerfish with its glowing lure. In the case of fireflies, it's used for communication and mating. Some scientists even believe that certain marine organisms might use bioluminescence to camouflage themselves against the faint light from above. Section 9. Preserving the light. The importance of bioluminescent bays. Bioluminescent bays are more than just natural light shows. They're delicate ecosystems that play important roles in their environments. These bays are often hotspots of biodiversity, supporting a wide range of marine life beyond just the light-producing organisms. They can serve as nurseries for young fish and feeding grounds for larger species. However, these unique ecosystems face numerous threats. Pollution is a major concern. Runoff from agriculture or urban areas can introduce harmful chemicals or excess nutrients into the water. This can disrupt the delicate balance that allows bioluminescent organisms to thrive. Light pollution is another issue. Excessive artificial light from nearby developments can make it harder to see the bioluminescence and may even affect the behavior of the light-producing organisms. Climate change poses perhaps the greatest long-term threat to bioluminescent bays. Rising temperatures can alter the chemistry of the water, making it less hospitable for the dinoflagellates. Section 10. Conclusion. The enduring magic of living light. As we've explored throughout this journey, bioluminescent bays are truly one of nature's most spectacular phenomena. From the microscopic organisms that create the light to the grand displays that captivate observers, every aspect of these ecosystems is fascinating. They represent a perfect confluence of biology, chemistry, and environmental conditions, resulting in a display that seems almost magical. But bioluminescent bays are more than just a pretty sight. They're windows into the complex and often hidden world of marine biology. They demonstrate the incredible adaptations that life can evolve, turning a chemical reaction into a tool for survival. These glowing waters also remind us of the delicate balance of nature. The conditions that create bioluminescent bays are specific and fragile. The magic of bioluminescence continues to inspire wonder, spark scientific inquiry, and remind us of the incredible diversity and beauty of life on Earth.